Hi, friends, the last day of our camping week, and this is Franklin's canoe trips. Lots of times when we camp, we go on places like that. We like to canoe or swim or hike or do different things. So here is Franklin the turtle on his canoe trip. Franklin's canoe trip. There they are. Franklin had been on bus trips with his class and bicycling trips with his friends. He had gone on long car trips with his family. Today, Franklin was going on a canoe trip with his best friend, Bear, and their fathers. Franklin could hardly wait. He wanted to be just like the explorers he had learned about in school. It was a long drive to Spruce Lake. When are we going to get there? Asked Franklin. I can't wait to explore, said Bear. Maybe we'll discover a whole new country, Franklin added. Their fathers warned them that canoe trips were hard work. We don't mind, said Franklin. At last they arrived at the lake. Franklin and Bear jumped out of the car and ran to the shore. Bear's father pointed to a big motorboat. That sure is a beautiful boat, he said. Everyone agreed, but it's not for explorers, said Franklin. Explorers need canoes. Franklin's father pushed the canoe into the water. Franklin and Bear jumped in. Wait, shouted Bear's father, but he was too late. The canoe tipped over, and Franklin and Bear were dumped out. Franklin's father chuckled. First lessons about a canoe is how to get in, he said. Right side up, Franklin and Bear sat between their fathers, paddles in hand. At first they kept splashing each other, but they soon figured out the rhythm and were skimming across the water. This is fun, said Bear. Franklin waved to the motorboat. Let's race, he called. Everyone laughed. When they reached the far side of Spruce Lake, Franklin's father got out the map. Franklin and Bear got out lunch. Let's take a shortcut and portage to Gulf Lake, said Bear's father. What's portage? Asked Bear. His father explained that instead of paddling all the way around the lake, they would carry the canoe overland, just like real explorers, declared Franklin. Franklin and Bear led the way. They sang songs and stopped to pick up rocks and pine cones. Then the sun got hotter and hotter, and their backpacks felt heavier and heavier. Before long, Franklin and Bear were trailing behind their fathers. Would we have to portage if we had a motorboat? Asked Franklin. No, answered his father. We could get where we were going in 2 hours in a motorboat. We'd need 2 days to take the long way in a canoe. I wish we had a motorboat, Franklin grumbled. Finally, they reached the shore of Gulf Lake. It was rocky and swampy and swarming with mosquitoes. Franklin and Bear were disappointed. Is this it? Asked Franklin. His father laughed. No, he said. We still have to canoe to Sandy Inlet. It's a beautiful deserted beach, added Bear's father. You can do lots of exploring there. Franklin and Bear cheered up. Halfway across Gull Lake, Franklin put down his paddle. My arms hurt, he said, and I'm tired. Me too, said Bear. Explorers can't get tired, joked Franklin's father. Real explorers paddled for days without stopping. Franklin sighed. A motorboat zoomed by, and Franklin sighed again. By the time they arrived at Sandy Inlet, Franklin and Bear were slumped in the bottom of the canoe. Several boats were moored in the water, and lots of tents were pitched along the shore. Oh no, exclaimed Franklin's father. It's too crowded to explore, groaned Franklin. Come on, Franklin, said Bear. It's up to us explorers to find a campsite. Franklin and Bear walked down the beach. Then they climbed the hill at the far end. And there in the distance, Franklin saw a tiny, perfect cove with not a bear or tent in sight. Franklin and Bear ran all the way back and told their fathers about their discovery. That's another half hour of paddling, said Franklin's father. I thought you two were tired. Tired, exclaimed Franklin. Explorers can't get tired. They paddled with all their might. Soon the canoe nudged up on a sandbar. Everyone got out to heave it across and into the cove. Now I'm glad we don't have a motorboat, declared Franklin. Only canoes can get over this sandbar. Franklin and Bear helped set up camp, and then they explored the beach. They drew a map and named everything they found. Let's call this Bear's Lagoon, said Franklin. And this is Franklin's Shore, decided Bear. Soon it was dark, the fire was crackling, and fish were frying. Everyone went for a moonlight swim, and they all ate supper listening to their loons. There's just one thing left to explore, said Franklin, and with a big yawn, he crawled into his sleeping bag. Oh, how fun. All right, friends, see you later at Zoom. Bye.